sites like Nykaa, Flipkart, Amazon, many sites are targeting us. And that is because the reason why is we all are on a platform, or we are using devices like mobiles and laptops. And that's the beauty of this, this particular platform, or this particular marketing. So I'll just put up one other question for you. How many of have you read newspaper in past 30 days? How many of you have read newspaper in past 30 days, physical newspaper? Or how many of you have watched television? Just type in answer if you have watched television or newspaper in past 30 or 15 days. Just how many of you watch television but not newspaper? Okay, I'll put up another question. How many of you have listened to radio FM? Radio FM. Okay. Okay. So we have few mixed responses. But if I ask, so there are few people who are saying no, who people there are few people who are saying yes, and few people who are saying I have read the newspaper but I haven't watched the television. And few of them are saying that they have watched everything. They have consumed every content from all this platform. Now I'm going to put you a question. How many of you have opened Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn, or your email address, or your browser, Chrome browser, or even opened your phone, unlocked your phone in past 24 hours? So not from 30 days, it's 24 hours. Do it regularly, right? Rama says after every 30 seconds she opens it. Okay. Now just I'll ask you one more question. What do you think, being a young generation, how many of us, just an approximate, how many of uh, you know people in the age group of 20 to 30 or 20 to 40 really do consume newspaper, television, or radio, or banners, compared to mobile phones or Facebook, or YouTube or Instagram channels? How many you think, like, what do you think, who has more audience, newspapers or the traditional channels, or the new digital channels? Just a wild guess. Whom you think will win? Whom you think wins, digital or traditional? Absolutely, new and digital channels. Now what do you think, how much it is to run a 30-second ad on television during a not even not even not even during the high TRP or high watchable shows? Any idea how much doesn't any channel charges you if you want to run a 30-second advertisement on their channel during any other hour of the time? Any idea? 30K for 10 seconds, 8 to 10 lakhs, 30 lakhs. Okay. Archie said 30 lakhs and Shishu said 8 to 10 lakhs. Tarandeep, my question was, let's say you want to run an advertisement of 30 seconds or 1 minute. How much do you think a channel like Sony, Colors, or ETC, or ABP, Aaj will charge you if you want to run a 30-second ads on their channel? No idea about it. Okay, whatever it is, it will be more than lakhs only, depending upon which channel you're going and which time of the day you are trying to show your ad. Let's say if you're trying to show ad in the early in the morning, where there will be no viewership, so there's no way that you're going to generate any kind of results for your business. Okay, and if you go for a prime time channel, a prime time episodes or prime time serials, during which the viewership is very high. Let's say you're trying to advertise on Kapil Sharma, Sony, okay, and it's a Kapil Sharma show. The viewership is very high. Or let's say you're trying to advertise during the IPL seasons. You know how hard it will for a small business or a startup to advertise during that point of time, right? You know, it's very costly during that point of time. Each and every 10 second is charged, and it's just not how many what is the duration of that particular advertisement. It's also how many times it has been shown. So the charge goes very higher. But at the same time, you can guess how much what is the minimum amount you can start off, if you want to start off showing on Facebook and YouTube. Can you get anyone guess how much you have to pay in order to start off advertising on Facebook or YouTube? Archit said $2. Sorry, 2 cents. Okay. Meenakshi will come back to that question. Okay, Meenakshi is asking, sir, does the charging also depend upon how popular is the product? Yeah, in a way it does, depending upon the domain or the niche of the product it is in. Let's say an insurance company will have a higher charging, higher chances of having higher charges. Okay, it says Shashank says very less. Shishir say $100. Depends upon number of clicks. Garima, you're quite close. All right, I think that is pretty much it. So I'll tell you the answer. For Facebook or for, let's say, YouTube, you can start off advertising per day. Let's say if you want to bring in results, you want to see the results, you can even start off with less than 100 rupees. But if you want to really see the results, you can even start doing less than 1,000 rupees per day. You can spend less than 1,000 rupees per day and expect good results. At least get some idea about how is your customer persona and stuff. Now, one more thing you have to notice here is that uh, when you're working on Facebook or in digital marketing, the beauty of this particular field is that you can target exactly the user you want to go with. Let's say you are a marketing manager of Royal Enfield, and what does Royal Enfield do? They produce brilliant bikes, right? Bullet, and Thunderbird, and all this stuff. Guys must be knowing it, and girls must be also, right? So now let's say you are a marketing manager and you want to advertise, and let's say you pick newspaper or you pick television. Now, do you have any control to whom you want to show the ad to? Do you have any control? Can you specifically show an advertisement to teenagers or to male or to someone who is uh, more 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 willing to buy? Can you do that on television? Nah, right? Right? So someone who is 80-year-old, okay, someone who has no interest in bikes, doesn't want to see an ad which is related to Royal Enfield. If let's say someone who is 80, someone who is over 60s, chances are they might not be willing to buy a Royal Enfield, right? Someone who is not interested in bikes won't buy it. Okay, let's say you post it, you buy ad space on newspaper, you spend a lot of money, and you don't no one. So how can we? So Garima, we are talking about traditional methods. We're talking about traditional methods over here. We are not talking about digital platform. We are not yet came over there. I'm just talking about, can you do this? That can you advertise on about Royal Enfield on traditional platform, and you can target or show the advertisement to your audience only? Is that possible? No, right? But in digital marketing, in data driven marketing, it's all the game of behaviors. It is all the game of demographics. So someone who is a male won't see ad from Nika.com selling lipsticks or cosmetics, or female, vice versa as well. So someone who is a girl won't see an advertisement from, let's say, Royal Enfield, or she might not see an advertisement from a company like beard grooming companies like Beardo. They won't see advertisement from them, because they can target. We can use. We have certain data at our disposal, that we can show the advertisement to the people who are our potential customers, only to them. So you're not spending any money on irrelevant customers. Sounds cool, right? I mean, it does blow my mind whenever I think about it, because you have all the data. You can laser target the people whom you want to reach. So are you feeling excited? I have taken half an hour just to explain this, because you guys need to understand the importance of digital marketing compared to traditional marketing. Whenever you will go in digital marketing, whenever you'll move to digital marketing space, there are certain group of people who would say that digital marketing doesn't really works in that case, or in some case. But it all depends upon how you use it. It all depends upon how you use it. And trust me, there are people who are spending. When we'll move to presentation, you'll understand why it is so important for you, being a future entrepreneur, future CEO. I'm very sure that you won't be having unlimited resources. No company does have. But within the given limited resources for marketing, you can break and make a lot of profits and a lot of revenue, a lot of brand awareness, with the help of this platform called digital marketing. If you find it exciting, if you find it convincing, type in yes, I'm in, and we'll start off the PPT right now. All right, I got yes from everyone, and I hope everyone is excited too, as I am. And let's quickly move on to our. Let me close my browser, my sorry, Facebook. Let's move on to presentation. Okay, so I won't be able to see your comments running right now, because I am switching my presentation.
I'll read it for you if there are any comments.
Sure, thank you so much, Samir. If there are any questions, let me know, and we'll do it. Okay, let's start. So, digital marketing definition. Okay, because we want to start off with the fundamentals. So let's start off with what is the definition of digital marketing. Okay, now this is the coolest digital marketing definition I have ever found. Digital marketing encompasses all marketing efforts that use an electronic device or internet. Business leverages digital channels such as search engines, social media, email, their website to connect with their current and prospective customers. Very much sounding like this, right? So I don't want to sound like Silencer or this guy in Three Idiots. Let's focus more or on practical stuff, or let's say the stuff that you can relate, rather than me speaking or giving just definition. Okay, so let's move from this mode to learning mode. But again, for few fundamentals, let's reach out to our PPT and know the difference between why digital marketing is better than the traditional marketing. Okay, reach out is unlimited. It's up to you how much bandwidth you have, and how much you are willing to invest and work your money or your time on digital marketing. Whereas in traditional marketing, you have very limited audience. You have only people who are reading newspaper. You have different people who are listening to particular FM or particular channel, or watching particular channel. So there is a kind of limited reach. Okay, and so in digital marketing, so it is very targeted. You can actually target people who have visited your website, who are interested in someone who is your competitor. Yes, you can do that. You heard me right. You can target people who have interest, who have shown interest, or who have purchased some product or service from your competitors, not from you, from your competitors. Okay, so again, traditional marketing is, you just put in the money and you just have to wait for the result. Okay, digital marketing is very versatile. You can make any changes at any point of time. Any point of time you can make any changes. I remember one, and whereas in traditional marketing you cannot do that. You once the advertisement is made, once the actor is hired, once you have made the script, it has been shoot, and it has come, the ad has come out, and you have made it air, you cannot do any alteration in that particular advertisement. You can do a little bit of alteration, but at the end the actor has completed his project, and he will not come back to you if your ad is not giving you the result. But in digital marketing, you can anytime change the video, you can anytime change the graphic, you can anytime change the post, and it's very versatile. Okay, in digital marketing, it's an immediate communication. Let's say you see any post from any big company like Apple, Samsung, and you don't like the post, you feel it is very offensive, or you don't feel it very relevant, or you are not satisfied with the service of that particular brand, you can go to Twitter and tag the brand, and I'm very sure if the brand is serious about its brand value, it will respond to you within 24 hours or within 48 hours, and it will, to have to save its brand value, it will try to please you as much as you want. Same goes with Facebook. It same goes with LinkedIn. It goes with email. So it's an immediate communication. There is no delay in communication. So let's say if you advertising on television, there is just one way communication. The other person, your audience, cannot give his feedback to you, right? So that is the difference between digital marketing and delayed marketing, or let's say traditional marketing. Now moving to the second slide, if this is fine, let's move to the third slide. Now this is a drawback of traditional marketing. Okay, so this was a survey which was done by a company called Ogilvy, and they wanted to understand what is the biggest traditional marketing drawbacks that marketers face. So 50% of the marketers, if you can see, 50% of the marketers says there is no interaction when it comes to traditional marketing. You have published an advertisement on television or newspaper on a radio, but there's no interaction. Your customer, your audience cannot interact in any way. Okay, 25% of them says it's a very very costly thing. Not everyone can afford it, and that is completely true. Not everyone can go and afford traditional marketing platforms or channels, like advertising on television and stuff. Tough to measure ROI, so return on investment. Okay, so you cannot measure how many sales you have got, or how many leads or inquiries that you have got due to traditional marketing efforts. Let's say you have published an advertisement and you want to say that how much I have made, and how many sales have happened because of this particular advertisement. You cannot do that. It's very difficult. You got to deep dive into the data, and then you have to just connect the dots. It's very very difficult to measure ROI. Same goes with it. There are other 5% which says poor conversion ratio, because there's hardly, you cannot find, you cannot link the conversion, you cannot link the sale to that particular ad. So these are the uh, big drawbacks of traditional marketing, and that's why we are here to speak about digital marketing, which will help you means the future entrepreneurs and future CEOs and co-founders, to bank, to get most out of every penny that you invest in your marketing efforts. Okay, now let's move to what is the digital marketing life cycle, or the benefits of digital marketing. So let's say if you want to publish an advertisement, okay, we were seeing the example of Pluralsight, if you remember. Do you think it costs a lot to publish that kind of advertisement? If I want to see another ad, let's see, if I want to open another ad. Okay, so this is again advertisement by Canva. Okay, now interestingly, this is the same software that I am using over here to present the slideshow. Okay, this is Canva. Okay, this is the same software that I'm using. Okay, so my question was, do you think how much would had costed Canva, the company, to publish a post like this? Just a wild guess. How much do you think it would have costed them? Just type in your guess over on the chat box. Are we getting any responses, Samir? Okay.
300 to 500, around 1000. I typed somewhere around 4 to 5 rupees.
Okay. Few
A
thousand
few.
was fine. Okay. Okay. Sushil says 3 to 500. Sia says 50 cents. Okay. Yeah. So pretty much very cheaper than hiring a actor like Shah Rukh Khan or Salman Khan or the new one Vijay Devarkonda or anyone, Ranveer Singh, Ranveer Kapoor. It's way easier than to produce an ad like this. Obviously it won't have the same level of impact because they have their own brand value, the actors which I'm talking about, but it saves ton of your time and effort. That is the thing. Post like this, post a video, post or something on Facebook or on wide social media audience will take very little time of it. Second part, it's very flexible. You don't have to, you can use different types of media. You can use text, you can use images, you can use videos, you can use Facebook live or Instagram live, you can use emails. There are tons of ways that you can flexibly reach out to the customer depending upon whichever way that is aligned with your messaging. Okay. Real time analysis. So once you post anything on Facebook or Twitter, you can see how many likes you have got, how many comments you have got, or if you are spending on ad, you can see how many clicks you have got, or you can attribute to the post that how many sales that post has given you. Okay, so there's a real time analysis, and it is very accurate, and you can actually attribute each and every sale to the particular post. Okay, instant feedback. As I told you, you can see the comments, you can see the likes, you can see the shares, and depending upon that you can judge that whether this advertisement was successful or not. Economical, as I told you, you can start off advertising on Facebook or Google less than $100 a day, 100 rupees a day. So it's quite economical. Even you can start off advertising with your pocket money. If you don't have a source of income right now, you can start off with that. If you have funding, you can start off with that. And trust me, because you are reaching to the correct person, you're reaching to the correct people, targeted people. That is impactful. Now it becomes impactful over here. So all these are combined, and then it is impactful. And this is the beauty of digital marketing. Now digital marketing has various domains. Okay, so there are various domains. It's not one particular domain, and it has subdomains. Okay, now we can see these are the domains of digital marketing. Okay, so we have SEO, which stands for search engine optimization. We have SEM, which stands for search engine marketing. Bear with me for 2 minutes and you will understand what it is and how it works. Okay, then you have customer relationship management software, then you have email marketing, then you have social media advertisement, then you have social media engagement. These both can be collabed into social media marketing. Then you have mobile apps through which you can advertise. Then you have referral or affiliate marketing. Now just take a look at this particular wheel and just have it in your, just have a, a virtual, you can take a screenshot, or you can take down the notes, and then you can refer to it anytime, any point of the time after this session is completed. Okay, now search and optimization. Now I just want one volunteer from your side, and I want them to ask me search anything on Google. Let's say you ask me to search anything. I'll just do that for you. Ask me to search whatever you want me to search. Let's say any service or any product that you want me to search. Okay, Sia wants to search me wine. Okay. Samir, is this allowed? All this stuff?
या गोवा का गोवा के स्टार्टअप्स है, गोवा का ये तो वाइन दारू सब कुछ चलेगा.
Okay. Is there any other? Okay, fine. Okay. Do we have any other thing to search? Because it's logged down over here, and I don't want to see all those images. It becomes very difficult to control myself then, right? So Tarandeep, I'll go with yours. It says furniture. Okay. Now, let's say I want to buy furniture. Okay. I want to buy furniture, and let's see what I can do. Buy furniture online. Okay. Now these are advertisement. Let's skip them for right now. You can see AD over here, which stands for advertisement. It's again advertisement. Now these are organic results. Okay, these are organic results. These are not advertisement. These are organic results. I mean, there's nothing that has been paid to in order by these companies in order to see us the result. Now my question is, I searched buy furniture online. Leave these results for now. We have pepperfry.com over here. We have Urban Ladder. We have hometown.in. We have woodenstreet.com. And we have ikaya.com. Okay. Now my question is, why does pepperfry.com came above Urban Ladder? Or why does Urban Ladder came above hometown.in? What was the differentiation? What was the differentiation factor between all these three results? Okay, why did Urban Ladder came second and Pepperfry came first, or hometown came third? Just type in your answers. What do you think? What could be the possible reason for it? Yes, yes, Shashank, we are talking about SEO. Okay, so Vivek says keyword, Garima says keyword, Achyuta says paid promotions, Shashank, yeah, if we're talking about SEO, more traction on the website, keywords, content keywords, SEO optimized website, more people preferred Pepperfry, more searches, Pepperfry, they used pay to appear first if certain keyword was used, backlinks, Google ads. All right, so for those who have said it is paid promotion, for those who said it's a Google ads, some stuff like that, where Pepperfry had paid, I'm talking about this particular result, and this is not paid. This is organic. The paid one are this one, where you can see ad just beside it. There's something small written, something called ADS ads, and we have ad over here. Okay, this is organic result. No one has paid for this, but they have optimized their website. So what I think what few of you has said, I think Vivek was the person who said it correctly. Vivek was right. Even those who said keywords was right, and more searches or they were also right. Backlinks said by Amy was also correct, and more relevancy was also correct. So mix of all three answers, you can say backlinks, content, keywords, all these are a part of a good SEO optimized website. So you can see, I have typed in furniture online, and you can see something highlighted over here in bold, right? You can see something has been highlighted over here, bold, buy furniture online. Okay, and furniture online. Whereas rest, everything is not highlighted in bold. Only these two terms which are close to my search query, my query or my keyword that I have put are close. And that's why I can see here. So exactly. So they have used the Pepperfry guys, the Urban Ladder, the hometown.in people have used keywords. They have optimized articles. They have optimized their page according to the best practices of Google in order to rank on this particular search results page. Now, why it is important to rank first or in the top position? Can anyone, can any does meta description help in ranking as well? It does, Vivek. It does help in ranking, but not directly. We'll come back to you. I am guessing that you already have a sound knowledge of digital marketing and SEO, but I'll take your question later on once we are done with the session. Okay. Great, Vivek. Because I am guessing most of the people are not familiar with digital marketing and SEO, so it will be quite confusing. I hope you don't mind for that. So, all right, cool. So let's leave that meta description thing for a few seconds, Tarandeep. I'll tell you what it is and later on. So I was saying that these websites like pepperfry.com, urban ladder, or hometown, they have used keywords, they have used articles, they have used descriptions, they have used images, or they have done everything that is aligned with Google's policy, or they have aligned to make their website user friendly, and that makes them have a higher ranking on search results. Okay. Now imagine you're going in a market, in a real market. Okay. Market of Bangalore, market of Goa, whichever it is famous over there. Now you want to purchase something. You want to purchase a furniture. There are 4 shops, one by one in a row. Okay. Tell me, what is the probability of someone going in the first store? What could be the probability? The first store, let's say one by one, there is a store. Who, what do you think, who will receive more number of people, the fourth one or the first one? You got my question, guys? The first one. The first one, right? And the reason is very obvious, because the first one is at the first place, and people are have a tendency of going to the first place that is more close to them, or which is more accessible for them to reach, right? Similarly, same happens in this Google platform as well. So there is a stat which says 80% of the people, or more than that, of they only visits the top 4 websites which they see on the search results, and then they close their browser and they do their own business. Okay. So it is really important, no matter which domain you're working in, you have to have a strong SEO website, SEO optimized website, in order to get a free traffic, in order to get maximum traffic. For these which you're seeing over here, these are ad. The day you stop paying for these ads, the day you stop paying for your ads, you won't receive any traffic, you won't receive any audience from this particular medium or channel. So this is free, this is there for a long time. It will be there for 3 months, 6 months, if you are doing continuous optimization, if you're working on your SEO. So SEO is basically optimizing your website to the best, so that your customer, point number 1, customer receives a better user experience. Point number 2, they get the relevant information. Point number 3, and all these combined, these factors will tell Google that this website is a relevant, and this website is a website that I want to show to anyone who is searching for the similar product or the service. So Google will do that for you. You just have to make sure that your website is completely optimized. So it's a very big domain. There are professionals who charge in dollars, or sorry, not in dollars, in lakhs, and they do this work. So they charge and they optimize your website so that you receive organic traffic. So this is another domain of digital marketing. Let's move on to, if this is somewhat clear. I don't want you to be expert in 1 or 15 or 20 minutes of session in SEO. You cannot be. So if this is clear to some extent, just type in yes, and we'll move to the next domain of digital marketing. Okay, I'm very sure that it sounds little bit little bit technical at the first place, but uh, I tried to make sure that it's very very easy to consume this information, because it is quite very in depth, and this domain is actually takes a lot of time to understand. So it'll happen over the period of time when you try to invest your time in this particular domain. Now let's move on to the second domain, which is called social media marketing. Now we just saw when we started out digital our session, we saw how Google site retargeted me and they showed the ad on my Facebook feed. Same goes with Instagram, same goes with Facebook, same goes with Twitter and LinkedIn. I'll try to show you LinkedIn. I won't stick with Facebook this time. Let's go to LinkedIn and see if we can see any ads. Okay. By the way, let me do a little bit of networking over here. If you want to add myself in your connection, you can add me here on clicking on this link. I'll be happy to be in your network. Just send me a connection request if you have a LinkedIn profile. And if you don't have, I strongly recommend you that you start building a strong LinkedIn profile, because if you are going for funding, if you're looking for fundings and you want to learn from leaders, LinkedIn is the best place to learn. Okay. Okay, wait. So this I've just sent my personal LinkedIn profile. You can just connect with me over there if there is any question about digital marketing, and it will be great to learn from your end side as well. Okay, so we can see a post from University Education. You can see it, right, guys? Which says promoted. Okay, which says promoted. Now Now, guess what? Why they must have shown me this kind of advertisement? Because I have just, I don't have any MBA. I'm not done MBA. I've just done my graduation, and I've came to this field. So that could be a chance that why they want me to see this advertisement and start doing enroll further distance MBA program. Okay. Now, if you are a business which is into B2B, LinkedIn is one of such platforms where you can target your potential customer and you can bring out better results if you want to go with professional networks. Let's say we can also see certain kind of insurance ad over here. Okay. Let's see another promoted advertisement if we can. Okay. Yeah. So we got okay to post, and it says upcoming webinar when done, right? ABM strategy. So this is ABM is basically account based marketing, which is used by B2B marketers. So because I'm into marketing profession, they have targeted me specifically because they are in a notion that they are under an impression that I would be a potential customer for them, right? And it makes sense, right? You want to target only marketers. You don't want to target sales. Sorry, you don't want to target people who are from the domain of operations. You don't want to target people who are from the domain of finance, or someone who is an engineer, who is a software developer, and show this advertisement which says account based marketing, right? It would be completely irrelevant to target those people, and trust me, you won't get any results. So this is the beauty of platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. You are only reaching out to the people who are relevant to you, not to the people who are irrelevant to you. And you can reach out time and again depending upon how they've interacted with you. Let's say I want to show another particular a particular interesting thing which you might have or might haven't gone through your in your during your education, or you might have seen this, but there is something a brilliant concept called funnel. marketing funnel. uh, so we'll just quickly take a look at it and what I'm trying to say. We'll see what I'm trying to say. Samir, how much time we are left with?
So we are actually done with the time. So you can actually take another 15 minutes or so.
15 minutes or so. Okay, then I got to rush, guys. And then, okay, now I'll just show you a few of the advertisements, and then you can understand what I'm trying to say. So see, I have seen these ads, these ads on my Facebook profile, Facebook feed. There's a clear cut reason why I'm seeing this ad. I'm very sure that you know um, I'm very sure that girls won't be seeing this advertisement, right? Only guys would be seeing this kind of advertisement. And because I own an iPhone, because I own an iPhone after selling my both kidneys, I can see this advertisement. Uh, so I am seeing the advertisement which says from, which is win an iPhone X for 200 points only, or because I'm a guy, they want to show me this particular beard serum, or I think this is facial serum. Okay, so there's a specific reason they're not showing this to someone who owns an Android phone, or they're not showing this advertisement to someone who's another gender, who's a girl, right? So it won't be relevant, and you won't find any results out of it. Now let's move to search engine marketing, which is again a beautiful this is where I actually lie my expertise in. And you must have seen this 5-second ads, right? Which you feel very, very um, what do you call, irritating, or very, very unnecessary, and you wonder why these ads are being shown to us. And there's a clear cut reason why these ads are being shown to you, because you fall under their particular potential target of customers. I'll show you. You can do this. Okay, I'll show you what. Go to Google ad preferences. Okay, Google ad preferences, and here you can see all the details of mine. Okay, all the details of mine. Okay, where I am interested and what I am doing, everything. So I am 25 to 34 years old. I fall in this bracket which says Google, because I have given my date of birth. I'm a male. I have interest in GoDaddy, because there's GoDaddy is this website which is relevant to domain buying and hosting. SEMrush is another online marketing tool. Adobe is the tool that I use. Okay, Upgrade, I have interacted with them. Okay, Rentomojo, because I have rented few furniture from their website. Okay, and ClearTip, you can say these are my these are particularly my interest. Okay, I own an Apple device, as I told you. Okay, and I also am into athletics, so you can see my interest saying athletic apparel, audio equipment. Okay, I'm not very sure why I'm seeing Australian football, but all right, it's fine. Okay, so you can see. So even when you go on this particular website, right? If you visit to your website, and mind you that you have to log in from your Gmail ID, you'd see that Gmail has almost all your preferences with you ready. And whenever a marketer like me want to specifically show an advertisement to potential audience, they can I can target them. You can just go to this particular website and check what Google knows about you. Okay, it will be quite interesting game to do. Okay, now so basically you see advertisements on YouTube. That is a part of search engine marketing. You see um, you see ads like this. You see ads like this, which we just saw when we were trying to search for furnitures. Okay, so see, all these are part of search engine marketing. You pay for this ad. You pay for each click. You pay for each view. Okay, you pay for each view of this particular advertisement. You pay for each click. You pay for each sale as well. Sometimes click, sometimes sale as well. Okay, So this is search engine marketing. But the only problem here it is that just like SEO, this is not free. Okay, this is paid. The moment you stop paying, your ads won't be live. You won't your audience won't be able to see your ads. Okay, if tomorrow Trivago stops their showing advertisement, you won't see the ads. Or let's say tomorrow if Snapdeal or Agio.com doesn't pay for to Google, they won't be able to show the ads. So that is the sad part, but that is the good part as well, because you are paying some money, but you are directly reaching out to the potential customer, and in a hope, not in a hope, in a confidence that you will make sales, or you'll get some revenue out of it. Okay, so basically this particular advertisement which you're seeing, right? So Panasonic was launching this phone back 1 year back, LUX1, I guess. So I think one or 1.5 years back. So they were doing a brand awareness using this actor called Ran Vijay. Okay, so they were doing a brand awareness campaign. Now over here, when someone is searching for best hotels in Lucknow, they want to show their ads because they want the people to book hotels through their particular website like Trivago or Booking.com or TripAdvisor. Okay, so here they are directly doing lead generation, or you can say sales, through showing advertisement on search engine result pages. This was on YouTube and this was on Google, and this was also on Google, just we saw for the case of furniture. Okay, now I know, again, because the time is short, and I'm very sure that some kind of clarity you might have gone the difference and how it works. If you have got a little bit of understanding of SEM, SEO, social media marketing, just type in yes, and I will be happy to proceed further. Is there any general relation to of the ad with the particular video? They have randomly shown before any video. How will okay. Okay, so we'll Tarandeep and Akshay, we'll take your questions at the end if we have some time limit. You guys will be always in. You can always reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'll also show my. I'll show also share my link of my website, so that even you can go and visit there. Okay. Now you must be. So just want to understand. Can we proceed further if everyone is fine? Yes. Okay. All right. So you must have been, frustrated with this emails from Flipkart saying that they have a new sale coming in, or someone like Myntra, or but you know what? These emails really work even to this time. Emails were started way back, and till now something has came this far and still relevant in this, ever changing dynamics of digital marketing. Then that has to go for email marketing, hands down to email marketing, because still they have been showing great amount of result, but it has to be done in a correct way. Okay, now you must have seen whenever you sign up for particular subscription or newsletters, you must have seen they'll send you series of emails one by one. This is called drip email marketing. Depending upon your behavior, they're going to send you emails. Depending upon which page you have visited, depending upon for what newsletter you have subscribed for, they'll send you emails. And to an extent, for some time, you are going to do certain action which they wanted you to do. Okay, so that is the beauty of email marketing, or you can say any digital marketing platform. So let's move to the other part of web analytics. Okay, so this is very interesting field. Okay, someone who is from the field of analytics, or someone who is from the field of data analytics, will actually love this field. And there is actually a lot of people who are working on this field, and they are, there are a lot of requirements for this particular field. And in case if you're a startup, you need to have a good digital marketing and web analytics team with you, in order to understand where you're going correct and where you're going wrong and where you have to improve. Now let's do an activity. I hope it works. Okay, this is my website. It's under construction, so don't judge me because of that. So I've just sent sent a link to my website. Just go to that website and let's see what we can do from there. Just go to that website. I've sent a link on you on the chat box. Just try to open that website on your browser. Has everyone opened the website? If I can confirm. All right. So you see, I think eight people of our webinar have opened our website. Okay, and now 10 and it goes up. Okay, now we can see that 45% of the people are using 42 now, and mobile is 42, and 17% are using tablet. That's quite interesting. Okay, now if we can also see location from where these people are located right now. So basically it shows India first, and then we dig deep down. So few are from Chennai, 3 are from Chennai, 2 are from Pune, 1 from Bangalore, number Bangalore, and Delhi, Kolhapur, Kolkata, New Delhi, Patna, and North Set is someone. So okay, so majority of the people are from Chennai. Okay. So this is a cool part. Okay, now I hope I can even see, because this is a recent data, I hope I would be able to see the device. Which device you guys are using? You guys are using Redmi, you guys are using Apple, Mac, whatever it is. I hope we can fetch that data right now. Okay, so we are not able to fetch the data because this is a just recent data, but you can see the real-time data. Okay, you can see real-time how many people are active on my website and which device they are using. Now this deep dive analysis can be done at any level. Okay, you can find out what the audience are doing usually. Okay, which pages they are visiting. Okay, which pages they are visiting. If I want to see, I'm guessing that most of you would be uh, on my home page only. Okay, so this data is still fresh, that's why we cannot say the data. um, yeah, so most of the people, if you see, this is my home page. Okay, this is my home page, are on the home page only. 14 people are on my home page, and someone has visited my contact page. Okay, so who's if that person wants to contact me, they can come directly on my LinkedIn, and because it's the site is under construction, and sorry for the sorry for inconvenience caused to you, so they can directly contact me on my LinkedIn, and I'll be happy to help from there. So this is the beauty of analysis. Okay, now you can see, if I can see the traffic sources from where people are coming from. So this was direct because you just clicked on the link and they have landed on my website. If let's say they have come from Facebook, let's say they have come from Google, or they have come from email, I would have clearly seen here the source could have been Google, Facebook, social media referral, or depending upon from which traffic source they have come from. Content is which content they're consuming right now. Okay, so this is a real time activity currently, and I can show you. I just showed you that I can even see which location you have came from. Okay, I think we can go deep dive in it as well. Okay, so if we go by Chennai, I think Chennai is the most number of people who are active from right now. That's quite interesting to know. Okay, so the people who are from Chennai, just type in Chennai. Okay, just type in Chennai. Who are currently watching this webinar from Chennai, just type in Chennai. Achyuta is from Chennai. Okay. Aditya is from Chennai. Meenakshi, Sushil is from Chennai. So we saw the data over here. Okay. So this is the beauty of this particular, now let's say now I can say that, okay, most of the startup entrepreneurs who attended my webinar are from Chennai. So I would like to target these people who are based out of Chennai. Okay. Let's say if I'm a company called Redmi, Xiaomi, okay, and I'm seeing that most of my audience are based out of Chennai or based out of Bangalore. Now, and I'm receiving less number of visitors from Delhi or Mumbai. Technically speaking, logically speaking, tell me, where should I invest my money? Should I invest my money in Chennai or should I invest my money in Delhi or Mumbai? Guys, this question is for you. If you are a owner or a marketer of company like Redmi, okay, okay, let's say you want to drive more and more conversions. Where do you want to invest more? You are seeing that most of the active users are from Chennai and less users from Delhi. Where do you think you want to sell your products? You should go for Chennai or you should go for Delhi or Mumbai? Chennai. Okay, which makes sense. But having said that, as Achyuta and Amy also said, if I'm reading her name correctly or his name correctly, having said that,
That's Amay.
Amay, I'm sorry, Amay. Um, okay, Amay. So having said that, if you are seeing number of users from Delhi and Mumbai, you can go for a brand awareness campaign. You can launch a offer. You can launch some other kind of campaigns, and seeing the data, you can say, okay, now I want to focus upon Delhi and Mumbai and put my message across so that there is an awareness. There is a branding. There is a brand value of mine in Chennai and Delhi and Mumbai, which are my soft markets. My good markets are strong markets are Chennai and Bangalore. Okay. Now you saw the analysis. If there is no analysis at place, there is no way that you can understand which is your strong market or which is your soft market. It's like you are in a dark room. Sorry, like you are in front of a beautiful person, boy for girls and girls for boys. Okay, vice versa. You are in front of a beautiful person and you are winking at her or him, but the problem is the room is dark. You don't know how the other person is reacting. Okay, no matter how much money you put, how many efforts you put on particular digital media platforms, and you don't have analysis in place, you are in no position to understand which is actually giving you results. Did you guys understand what I'm trying to say? I mean, was that clear? Just type in yes if you understood why it is important to have analytics. Great. Okay. Now you guys must be remembering this girl, right? How many of you remember this girl? How many of you remember this girl? Sami does remember her. I'm very sure he does. Right? Priya Warrior, I guess. Okay. Now, can you guess how much does no? Don't use Google. Don't use Google. Just guess how much does she charges for each Instagram post if any brands come to her and ask, okay, Priya, please post something about my company, something about my product, and I'm going to pay you this much amount, whichever you ask. And do you know how much amount she charges? for each post just because she has gone viral because of this particular winking. So lakhs. How many lakhs, Tarandeep? You're correct. It is in lakhs only, but how many lakhs? 15 to 30 lakhs? Quite close. Probably lakhs. One single post. I'm saying one single post. Yeah, 10 lakhs. I think the last amount which I think it was around 7 to 8 lakhs. Now it must have gone up higher, given the time. So this is actually quite obvious that because she is a viral Instagrammer, and she has gone completely viral within fortnight, right? So she does charge that amount. So this is something where I'm bringing is called influencer marketing. Now you must have heard about this fancy term called influencers, Instagram influencers, TikTok influencers. So these guys, this is actually a new career option that has come up, the being influencer of particular social media, right? So these people is how they earn. Why do you think these Instagrammers or TikTokers make this cringe content and they want to go viral, and why they're crying because Instagram has been banned, sorry, TikTok has been banned by Indian government? This is the reason, because the source of income has declined because of the ban, right? So anyways, I'm not here to talk about which is correct or which is wrong move, but this is the thing. See, now this is a post by Arjun Kapoor. Okay, now you can see he has clearly tagged few of the brands. Okay, the suit which he is using from this company, I'm unable to read this name out. Stefano Rico official, I guess. Shirt and tie from Brooks brother, and shoes by Church. So these have been tagged for a reason. For a reason. Okay, this for a reason they have been tagged, and the reason is he's getting paid for this stuff. He's getting paid for this stuff, and now once he has tagged these people, these particular channels, these particular Instagram handles, they will are going to have a good brand value. They will get followers, they will get some kind of sales and revenue from there. So this is called Instagram marketing, or this is called, sorry, not Instagram marketing, this is called influencer marketing. So influencers can be on Snapchat, they can be on Facebook, they can be on any media, even on this platform called YouTube, right? Why? So they do get paid money for each review that they do. So this technical Guruji and Gigi Ranjit, they are being paid, and you must have heard many times said by them. You must have heard this line called, the link is in the description. The link to the product is in the description. Have you heard about this particular phrase? Most of the time, if you have seen any particular YouTube channel, guys, right? Why do you think they have given particular link, and what is they get out of it? Why do they want to link their yeah, Amma is correct, affiliate links. So each and every time they get a sale, any business get a sale through these their links, from technical Guruji or Gigi Ranjit links, they make commission. And these channels are having a lot of followers. Even if they don't get commission, they are bound to make lakhs of money just because of sponsored products, or Google AdSense, or whichever you can talk about. Okay, so there are tons of way that you can make money online. Okay, now this was what I was also talking about, and I think Vivek was talking about, which is remarketing. So once you visit any website, okay, once you visit any website, so there is a small cookie that is being placed on your browser. There's a small cookie that get placed on your browser. So that is called remarketing cookie. Okay, so whenever you visit any website, whenever you visit, let's say, imagine you have gone on Amazon. You must have seen this. You must have noticed this particular thing as well. This particular process. You go on Amazon. You don't search for the product that you're looking for, but you don't make any purchase. You don't buy the product. You might have just added the product to the cart, or you've just seen it. You have read the reviews. You have read the description. You have seen the price, and you have closed the app altogether, and you have opened your Facebook or Instagram or any blog, or you're just reading content. you must have noticed that same particular product with little bit of discount would have been appeared on your Facebook feed or on your blog feed, something like this, which you're seeing on your advertisement on your screens right now, where you can see this Birchbox. Okay, so this is again a remarketing ad, or this particular iPhone ad which you're seeing. So you must have seen this particular phenomenon happening, right? Remarketing. Guys, am I able to put my question clear? The question which I asked, you have seen any remarketing ads happening to you? Okay, cool. So you can see the complete phenomena here as well. Okay, someone has visited Coleman official website and he has seen the boots, but he didn't make any purchase, or might they have just added to their bag. Okay, but they didn't make any purchase. Or someone has opened again Facebook and they can see same advertisement for the same product with a 40% discount. And you can see that this is the beauty. I mean, this over here, you can understand that, you can imagine that the customer might have purchased the product, right? So it's really important to have this particular remarketing in your arsenal if you want to make great benefits out of digital marketing. Okay, so these are the top 5 e-commerce which uses all these channels of except Snapdeal and Jabong for now, but these 3 uses all the channels which we have just spoken about: SEM, SEO, email marketing, affiliate marketing, social media marketing. They do everything in order to make you purchase. Okay, so this is basically a trend which has been shown, which says that that spend on digital media are increasing year by year, like insane amount. Okay, exponentially, you can see where it in 2015 it was started in billion. Okay, it was around 60.1 billion. Now over the course of period of time, 2020, it goes around 255.2 billion spent. Now this is why I'm trying to emphasize that digital marketing should be your go-to medium. It should be go-to medium if you are considering doing any kind of marketing for your product or service. Okay, so now I just have planned a kind of because we couldn't have a one-to-one interaction or one-to-one discussion. I couldn't take much of your introduction. I just have made a small form where you can type in about your website or your startup, if you have anything, like what is the name of your startup, your something like that, and we can be in touch. You can subscribe to my newsletter as well. Okay, so I will be sending few newsletters for your reference and content, so that you can you can move towards digital marketing in a better way. So try to open this link and fill in the details. That will be great for me as well, and we can interact over the course of time. Okay, and one more thing that I wanted to show, as actually I should have shown it prior to starting particular this seminar webinar.
And Shrihari, so it would be helpful if you could just show where do we initiate marketing on different platforms, say in Flipkart. So where do we initiate it? Initiate the advertising effort, and in LinkedIn, in Google.
Okay, so it will be okay if we have a time, I can do that for now.
Not in depth, but at least an initial step where these people could just reach and figure out the further things. So they anyway reach out to you in case of queries.
Okay, so actually what I've done is I wanted to as Samir has told me that there is something called assignments that you guys do. So I'm actually planning to make this assignment. Okay, which will always I'll add the some which you have given me as a feedback. I will add those links, and I'll try to make a kind of ebook or a tutorial for them, so that they can refer to it anytime, any point of time. Okay, So this will be assignment which Samir would be sharing once I'm done with this preparation, and then you can do this assignment. And adding to this, I'll be sharing the links where you can start off your journey of digital marketing, whether social media marketing, Amazon, or whatever it is. Does that sound okay to you, Samir? If I can send it later on, and it will be helpful for them because they can refer to it any point of time.
Sure.
Yeah. But for now, if you want to, and you want me to take through, if they want to know Amazon. So this is Amazon's own advertising platform. Okay, so this is called Amazon sponsored ads and stuff. Okay, this is called Amazon advertisement. If you are selling any product, you can use this platform because Amazon is a bigger marketplace than now. It's actually taking over Google as well. So you can actually use sponsored advertisement in order to show your particular products to your potential customers. So someone who is searching for, nowadays the trend has been people are searching for home gym equipment, like a home gym kit, like dumbbells or 25 kilos dumbbells, or someone who's searching for treadmills or bicycles. So that has been in trend. So people are actually making sponsored products on their they're actually advertising on Amazon. Okay, now if I just want to show you. Okay, now let's say I want to purchase treadmill. You see this stuff? Over here it has been written sponsored. Okay, sponsored over here, sponsored over here. Okay, so these, and sponsored over here. So these all are Amazon particular advertise ads. So these companies like Max Pro, Durafit, so these guys have used this Amazon advertising platform in order to show their ads. Okay, now every platform like LinkedIn, Facebook will have their own particular advertisement platforms. Facebook marketing is the term which Facebook ads is what we call for, you can search for it. LinkedIn ads, Twitter ads, YouTube ads. So these are the platforms, their own respective platforms where you can start off. Advertisement. Okay, so they have their own respective platforms, and which I will be talking about in in coming in my assignment and the emails that I will be sending you. So I hope you guys must have gone through the link that I just sent. If you can just fill in this information so that I could send you the content directly on your emails. Okay, I'm just sending you the link again. Just try to fill it, and then we can proceed further. So Tarandeep Kaur asks, best place to market your services apart from LinkedIn. Tarandeep, it all depends upon your product and your services. Okay, it won't be easy to give me to give an answer to this. The reason being is it's a very different platforms altogether. Different platforms work differently, and different platforms have different audience altogether. So, okay, you will find professionals on LinkedIn. You'll find professionals on email. You will find professionals on, to an extent, you will find professionals on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram as well. But the intention of that professional on that particular platform was different. Okay, LinkedIn, over there, he is more or less to network or talk about his own work. But on Facebook, he is there to chill. Okay, now if you're trying to sell something serious, something which is business oriented on Facebook, it becomes quite difficult. Okay, let's take your example, Tarandeep. Why don't you give me the example of your product or service? Okay, why don't you give me an example of your product and service that you're talking about, and then we can give an answer to you, if that is okay, if you can share your product or service.
Okay, Tarandeep, you can just unmute yourself and speak out if it is tough to type.
I mentioned it there.
Oh, okay. Hiring construction workers online. Okay. Now, hiring construction worker online is for it falls under B2B, right, Tarandeep? It does falls under B2B. You can unmute yourself for the time being, Tarandeep, while we are having.
It can be both B2B also and B2C also.
Okay.
So for small projects, it can be B2C, and for bigger projects, it can be B2B.
For B2B as well. Okay. So what do you think? Where is the high potential for B2B or B2C?
I'm yet to like discover this thing. I'm not very
Okay.
sure about it.
Okay. For the time being, let's say it's more or less like for B2B. Okay.
Hmm.
For B2B.
Okay.
And even if you say it's mix of B2B and B2C as well, the best platform for this, because it's a new concept altogether, hiring construction workers online, which is a new concept, and kudos to you that you have cracked out a new concept. You can go for YouTube, you can go for Facebook, and that too because it is you need to build a brand awareness. Okay, you guys must have seen something called uh, marketing funnel. Okay, I just want to show you this so you'll understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, so this applies for every traditional marketing or any kind of marketing that you're talking about. Let's say Tarandeep, I'll give you an example. Let me take you as a volunteer and you answer on behalf of everyone. Okay, is that okay with you?
Sure, sure. Yeah.
Let's say Tarandeep, you have someone coming up to you and he says, I'm from this company called Orange Bells. Okay, and I'm selling you a phone of 10K and it has all the features, but the problem is, Tarandeep, you haven't heard about this brand before. Okay,
Hmm.
will you buy this brand on the first go?
No.
No, right? Okay, let's say you see few ads. Let's say you talk with a few of the people and you heard from your friend that okay, this brand is really good. Okay, are the chances have increased to you to buy the product?
Yeah, definitely it will increase.
Definitely it will increase. Now seeing the reviews, now seeing everything, you will try to now the salesperson comes and he says, ma'am, now you have gone through the reviews and these reviews have made you trust this brand. I'm here to give you a discount of 20% on this phone. How many chances are there that you will buy it?
A good chance.
Good chance, good amount of chance, right?
Yeah.
Same goes with your case as well, because your is a new concept, right? You are online
Right.
hiring construction. So now you have to build out this funnel. You have to figure out awareness, how you're going to do. That's why I'm trying to ask you, because this is a new concept and it requires a lot of explanation. It requires a lot of explanation, and you want to make sure that you reach to the right people and your message is delivered to the people correctly. You don't want to have any confusion in there. So you need to build a YouTube channel, you need to build videos, you need to make user case studies of each particular service or product that you offer. Then you have to target people who are aligned with going for the construction workers. Maybe they can be builders, maybe they can be third party contractors, maybe they can be anyone, right? So
Right, right.
you need to make particular videos and then target them, and then the chances of them going to the consideration phase. Okay, consideration phase. Now once you have shown the video to them saying that, see, I am Tarandeep Kaur and I have this startup and I offer this service, and this is how you can make your life easier by using my services. Okay,
Hmm.
done with the awareness phase. Now person who have watched 75% of the video, 75% of your advertisement is a potential customer for you. Okay,
Okay.
because he has watched 75% of the video. If someone has
Hmm.
watched only 5% of the video, then you could have said that okay, this guy was not he is not my potential customer. Okay, but
Right.
75% means he has some level of interest in your particular service. Now he is in the brand awareness phase. Now he'll move to consideration phase. Now how you will make him consider something is like you can make a testimonial videos. You can say you can say testimonial video. Let's say someone is talking about your service, saying that I have used Tarandeep Core service and it has helped me to construct this particular project within this given period of time, and the professionals were the people were very professional, and the service was excellent, top notch, all this stuff. In particular, one testimonial and series of testimonials, and you show to the same people, retargeting the same people. Now they'll move to from consideration phase, they'll from move to awareness to consideration phase, and then you give some certain discount to them. Let's say you offer a program with certain discount, and then they will move to conversion phase. And then over the period of time, with your customer relationship management, you offer them loyalty coupons, or you do certain things that makes them stick with your own service only. They don't go anywhere. Now this is how digital marketing or marketing for sake that works. I hope now it makes some sense to you.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you so much.
Welcome. So guys, I just have got 7 responses. It will be great if all of you can send me this response, or I'll send this to email to Samir as well. If someone can, I just wanted to make sure that everyone goes to, gets the email that I'm sending. I just don't want to, make sure, I don't want you to miss the email that I'm going to send in coming days, because it's better to have a complete knowledge of, complete a picture of digital marketing. And as you know by now that it's how important it is to have this. So just I'm sending the other link again. Please do fill this form. I just have got 7 responses. For those who have already sent this, thank you so much. And for those who are yet to do it, please do it. And from then on, I'll go for, I'll go for assignment. I'll assign you. I'll give you few assignment, and I'm hoping that you would be able to complete it within a week or so. Okay. So once again, if you can just do this this particular form, it will be great for me.
Right. And meanwhile, let's open it for questions. So people having any sort of questions regarding anything related to digital marketing could just unmute yourself and ask Shriyari here.
Absolutely. It will be great. Yeah. For the meanwhile, for those who are not having any questions, do fill this. It's a very important form. Okay. Do fill this form. Okay. And yeah, I'm open for the questions. You can shoot me with your questions.
Yeah, so I asked a question earlier, like the video, the ads which they show on the YouTube. So is there any link with the of the ad with the YouTube video, or are they like randomly combined, like any ad before any video?
I can you repeat your question?
So it's like, see if I'm watching a product review video, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say a review of some mobile phone,
Okay.
right? So the ad which is there, it can be of randomly anything, or like they target the ad, like if I'm watching a video related to mobile phone, so the ad would be like related to some device. I mean that.
So if you remember, I just showed you this particular ad preference, right? If you remember, ad
Yeah.
settings, right? So you can actually target those people who have interest in construction, or who are builders, or who, let's say, obviously because builders are someone who is having, good amount of bank balance, so he must be having a good phone as well, iPhone as well, right? So you can target
Right.
them as kind of, so someone who has interest in architecture over here, which you can see architecture, someone who's having iPhone, or someone who's a builder who has interest in tiles, electricals, electronics, some stuff, or faucets or taps. These guys are quite close to your potential audience. Now coming back to your question, which says, will the ad will be shown to all the random people? Depends. If you have chosen to show the ad to everyone, then Google will show the ad to everyone. If you have chosen that I want to show ads to only these people whom I have targeted, then Google will show the ad to only those people. It won't show ads to those people who are not potential audience. For let's say example, let's say you are selling a very expensive, high ticket real estate project. Let's say 1 BHK, 2 BHK, which costs you around 2 crores, 2 crores or 3 crores, posh area in Bangalore. I think it will be very less, for that price. Let's say there's a high worth flat that you're selling. Now, in Google, you have multiple ways that you can target. Okay, you can target them based upon their yearly income, annual income. You can also target them based upon their companies. Let's say you don't want to target someone who is between 20, who is working in a, let's say, how do I say it? It will be offensive, but you don't want to target someone who is working in startups, right? Don't get offended.
No. Yeah, I got the point.
Don't get offended, but you want to target someone who has worth of buying that particular product.
Exactly.
Right? Okay. And you might want to target someone who has annual income of more than at least more than 20 lakhs per annum, at least. I mean, that should be a standard, say, if you're targeting someone who has, right? someone you don't want to target someone who is 18 or 20 years old or 25 years old, because there's no way that they're going to buy that particular product, right? They don't want to
Yeah,
have
right.
investment there. You want to target someone who want to get settled, let's say 30 plus or 40 plus. Okay, you want to target such kind of people. Or you might want to target someone who has interest in particular product. So as you can see, I would be seeing advertisement based upon my history, as someone said in the chat box very correctly. This is my history, which Google has actually seen through all my during my course of time with during my course of account activity. Okay, now so this is how it goes, Tarandeep. If you have any other questions, if I am clear, it will be, you can just tell me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's clear to me.
Great.
Thank you.
So I had a question here.
Sure.
Okay, first probably we can, if you could answer Vivek's question, which is on chat
Okay,
box.
okay. I'm sorry, Vivek. Vivek, can you unmute yourself when you ask me the question? What exactly you're trying to ask? Because I think can you?
Mike doesn't work.
Okay. No issues. Can you help with the bidding? How do we go about bidding? So bidding basically, bidding is basically you start off in. Are you talking about in terms of Google Ads? You're talking about, no, as in bids for ads. You're talking about Google Ads, or you're talking about yeah, you're talking about Google Ads. So I mean, this question is very, very deep, but it's very niche down. If you don't mind, I can take your answer, in offline, because it will be very difficult for others to understand. Yeah, we can connect on LinkedIn, right? Great, cool.
Sure.
So basically,
So my question
yeah,
was,
yeah.
okay, you can just clarify.
Yeah, so basically, in just I just wanted to make others as well understand. So whenever we are trying to advertise on Google search results, so these search results which you see, right? Let me check. Okay, let me see. Let's say hotels in Bangalore. I hope they are advertising, because I think maybe not because of Corona they are not advertising anymore. They are advertising, but just few. Okay, let me check with some other thing. Sometimes I don't really get good ideas to search of. Computers gaming. No. Wait,
Sanitizer.
no, sanitizer. For sanitizers and mask, we won't get any this kind of. Okay, great. We got this. Okay. Now, as we told about, we spoke about this particular, these are organic results. This fall under the domain called SEO. Now, these are inorganic results. These fall under the domain of SEM. You have to pay for this. You have to pay. So, talentedgenext.com is paying, and Great Learning is paying. Okay, so these people are paying for this advertisement. Now, why do you think this particular Talent Edge has come again above Great Learning? But both are paying, right? Both are paying. So this is the answer. Because Google Ads work on the system of auction. So the one which bids higher will get the higher position, but that is the half of the story. It's not the full of the story. It's not complete story. The other part is again relevancy, the quality score. This is a bit technical, but for now, just try to understand. If you want to have a higher ranking in Google, you got to pay for that. So let's say Talent Edge Next has paid 10 rupees. Great Learning has decided to pay only 8 rupees. sgvu.edu.in has paid 6 rupees, and this blah 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 has paid only 5 rupees. Okay, so Google, because got most of the money from Talent Edge next.com, they will show the ads over here, and once we click on the ad, we are bound to go where they will collect our information, and once we fill out our information, they will call us. Okay, once we fill out our information, they will call us, and their counselor will help us try to pitch their MBA programs or PGDM programs. So this is how bidding works. This is what Vivek was actually talking about. So the more you pay, the higher rank you get in this SCM paid part. So this is auction based advertisement. Okay, so this is quite technical. Let's wait for some time in order to get into it so that everyone can understand. If we have few future sessions aligned to this, we can definitely go. Samir, you can ask your question right now.
So I think we are very late already. Anyways, so people who want to drop out, just you can drop out. Thank you so much for your patience. But while I ask this question, this would also be an interesting one because it's from our personal experience where in Medicare, the healthcare startup which I've been talking about for a while. So Srihari was handling the digital marketing entirely for Medicare. So initially, per customer acquisition cost, we were getting somewhere around 178, 180, and then it drastically reduced to 140, 135. So and yeah, you also gave a budget of probably in 15 days it would reach to 81, 82. So how do you actually analyze that part?
So basically, one thing that I want to tell you over here is that they were because Samir has just given you the half of the picture. So Samir, if you can give me the if you can give the complete background, it will be great for others to understand as well. Why?
Some of them know. So we were. So initially, I also introduced. So we were working together with our.
Not that part. Why? What channel we were using during your 180, and what channel we came down to from.
So
from
that you, I think you know that better. I have no idea of that.
So 180, which I was talking about, it was about the SMS marketing, right? Right. So basically, what we were doing before we started out digital marketing was we used to we had a set of data and we used to send the message, SMS, text message, and promotional message to everyone. Now, what happened? So for, let's say we have sent message to 12,000. I think 10,000 was the correct amount. How much was that, Samir?
Yes, we were sending 10,000 messages each day.
So 10,000 used to cost us 12,000, right?
We were getting somewhere around somewhere around 250 downloads every day. I don't remember at this point. Yeah, but
so how much were we spending?
10,000 messages every day.
No. How much money were we spending?
Somewhere around 600, 700. I don't remember at this point, but 10 paise per message was what it costed us.
So 10 paise per message.
I may be wrong with the numbers. I think we could have, maybe we were sending somewhere around a lakh message. But what I'm very sure is the amount which we were spending.
So 10,000 were basically, you were saying we were spending per day, right? If you were spending sending lakh messages, 10,000 was spending, and we used to get 250 downloads, right?
Right.
Oh, wait a second. 250. Sorry, guys. 250 divided by 10. Okay. Okay. So you were getting 250 downloads. Are you sure about that? I think if that was the case, then we were going good. I think we were getting less than 50 downloads, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so let's leave that for a second now. Let's leave the number for right now. So you were saying that how we can forecast the amount,
in digital, with respect to digital marketing.
So the problem with any digital platform is that for any digital platform, let's say Facebook marketing or LinkedIn marketing or Google Ads for any sake, it is a machine learning platform. It's a machine learning platform, and machine requires something called data. So the amount of data, if you can give large amount of data, it will give you the better results. So what I was actually doing when I said that, okay, from 120 or 140 it will reduce to 80 and it actually reduce to 40 again after a few days. So what I was doing was I was actually spending the data, some money, and trying to analyze who are our potential sets of customers, who are our potential customers, and in that process as well, the machine was able to learn whom to show the ads to get the better results. Okay, so machine, the Facebook marketing for that sake, which we're using at that point of time, will analyze 200 data points of each profile on 200 data points. Let's say what is his email address, what is his phone number, where is his location, and what is his profession is. And after analyzing all this stuff, it will show the advertisement to only those people. So over the period of time, the more data you give to the machine, the more the more chances that the dip will occur. Now coming to your question, how you can forecast it. So there are forecasting tools on Facebook as well. There are forecasting tool on Google Ads as well, where you can forecast the cost per result that you can expect to see. But all boils down to the same thing, that you need data in order to get good results, or in order to forecast as well. Because if you don't have data, there's no way that you can say it will come down or go up.
Much, it was great having you here, Shriyari. I think the assignment I'll just pass on to everyone, and let's try for a continuous engagement from here on. Thank you so much.
Sure.
I'm sorry, Samir. Can I ask just a short question?
Sure, sure. Go ahead, Akshay.
Okay, so I just want to ask this. It's a general question.
Sure.
It's suppose I go on the Play Store, right, or the Apple Store, and I search for an app, say an audiobooks app, and in the search results, so why does say Amazon's audiobook app come above the other ones? Is it because of digital marketing stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. So there is a type of campaign. So so there is a type of campaign called Universal App Download Campaign. Okay, so they will the Amazon guys are willing to pay 20 rupees per each download, and the other people are willing to pay less than 20 rupees, and that's why the reason they are seeing the ad above it. Now the question has two parts, which I can say. One is organic and another is inorganic. If Amazon has paid, you will clearly see there is something called sponsored, or there's something called promoted on the application, the search results only. Now if you can go and search, you'll see something which will be different from the other results. So that is inorganic, that is paid. So Amazon has paid. Now if it is free, now if someone has come above Amazon, or Amazon has come above some other company, but they haven't paid, so that is called App Store optimization. So there are few things that you can do in order to do that. So you have a video, you have good clear images of your app, you have good reviews, you have good description, your app is updated all the time, you are updating on constantly. Or you can say if there are any reviews or feedback from the users, you are responding to it properly on time. And so that is App Store optimization. There's like search and optimization, there's App Store optimization. SEO for website, ASO for apps. So this is the thing, Akshay. So there's two part of this particular thing, if why Amazon has come up over the other.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Right. So I think we are good to go. Thank you so much, Shriyari, for your valuable time. We'll look for continuous engagement from here on. Right.
Sure.
So I'll be connecting you to any of the startup which is looking for a digital marketing support. Probably you can be a mentor to them and guide them with different steps. Thank you so much for your time.
Definitely. Thank you so much, guys. You were a great audience, and I really loved interacting with you guys. And I'm hoping that you guys make use of digital marketing and take this particular field very, very seriously, because this is something that is going to be a very, very big a particular arsenal on your particular marketing efforts. Thank you so much, guys. Have a nice day, and see you. All the best with your startup. I hope you make unicorns and best looking startups in coming years.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.